Warning, on this video you're going to hear somebody sing. This is somebody who cannot sing, however is perfectly comfortable singing, but cannot sing. As such, anyone that has caused any stress, bleeding from the ears, or any kind of distress of any kind will be mocked incessantly, as you have been forewarned. Songlines, also known as the dreaming track. It's an opportunity for me to indulge my flamboyance a little bit when it comes to memory work. They were originally used to track the paths and landscapes and the material and information across the skies. Songlines, they are recorded traditional songs that involves stories, dance, all of these particular elements that were so prominent in non-literate cultures as far back as the ancient Aboriginals. So in essence, these were tribes that had a roster of their songs that they could then revivify with it, huge stacks of data. This is generations of family lineage where it is safe to track through a landscape and avoid prey and make sure that they can rest for the night and make sure that they would be able to grow and they could actually hunt themselves. So we're going to look at how to do that today. Just to qualify, at this moment, I've never been formally taught. Sorry, my microphone was about to fall off there. I've never been formally taught a songline. This is my approximation of the material. If it is that you want the supremo direct stuff right from the source, you go to Lynn Kelly. All right, you go to Lynn Kelly. I'm going to pop up both of her books on the screen. There we go, and I'll leave some links in the description. You can check them out for yourselves. To create a songline, this is created in a similar way to how you would create a memory palace. You're going to take a song that you know well and have a reasonable degree of emotional connection with, and then you're obviously going to go into, but Ben, I don't want to change this song, it's my favorite song in the world, I like how it is, yada yada yada. That's the usual sentence that comes out of this. Well, don't use that song then. Right, use a different one. There's more than enough songs in the world that we can manipulate and change. And if it is that you're using these song lines enough, then through the process of memory consolidation, the original lyrics will come back to you and you will simply know the information that you need. So the way I used it to store the London Underground system, and I stored that on the Muse album Origin of Symmetry. So yeah, that made perfect sense to me to be able to store all of this piece of information on this entire albums that I know all of the lyrics to, all of the music to, which order of what song comes next on the album. This is how connected I am to it, but that would be different for you. And when I'm talking about an emotive connection, don't think that it has to be a positive one, right? It could be the music of, you know, you enjoy the tense and odious sounds of that particular individual. Just to illustrate the practice here, I'm going to give you 10 stops on the Victoria line. 10 stops. Okay? That's Brixton, Stockwell, Vauxhall, Pimlico, Victoria, Green Park, Oxford Circus, Warren Street, Euston Street, and King's Cross, St Pancras. Okay? Then what we start to do from there is we start to create our mnemonic images that we can use, our conversions that we can use. So for Brixton, you could use a literal ton of bricks. It's also the name of Idris Elba's character from Hobbs and Shaw. In Stockwell, you could use a well-stocked shelf or a wishing well full of beef stock. Vauxhall, you could use the actual car brand itself if you know it, or a hall filled with foxes. For Pimlico, you can have somebody that forgot how to pronounce the language learning app Pimsleur, or someone drinking Pims the alcohol in a limousine. Moving on, you could have Queen Victoria, or Nicki Minaj's real name, which is Victoria. Green Park, you can have little green men at a park that's completely made of and built for jealousy of a certain degree. The Kingsman from the film The Kingsman at the circus. Their saying was Oxfords, not brogues, right? You could have rabbits crossing the street to go home. Rabbits live in a warren. You could have Warren Buffett, Warren Beatty, Warren Brown. You could have astronauts in peril. Houston, we have a problem. And then finally, for the last one, you could have any infamous king that you know, but give them diabetes. Right? King's Cross, St Pancras, that way around. And then what you're going to do from there is you're going to start to look at the lyrics of the song itself. And you're going to break those images down into a story that you could use into a similar syllable sounding situation.
Enjoy the incredible crassness of the moment when we try to squeeze an extra syllable into the fourth line. I think
I'm one of those people. I will sing, but I can't sing. And I hope that meaning comes across. Okay, I'm confident enough to do it, but it sounds bloody awful. It's a great way to make a mnemonic and memory practices in general a complete body experience. It goes, link it to the world, link it to yourself, stretch it like a birth squeeze, so on and so forth this way round. And then what you would do is you would put the images that you've created into a story that works within those same restrictions of the sentences that the song has for lyrics. Brixton stocks the shelves swell with foxes from the hall. Pim's in a limo with the Queen. Green men are at the park. King's men's favourite shoes. Rabbits are going home. Spacemen having problems. King Charles has type 2 diabetes. It works that way around. Right? This is why I love to research the differing memory practices that are there. I don't get to go to London that often, but I bloody love the place. So when I am needing to plot my journey out, to have something like music store all of that information, I can be singing along to myself and planning out my journey. It makes that recall element not only more enjoyable, but for me, more retentive, because there are more of my senses involved, more areas of the brain involved in the mnemonic practice. And that way, in my completed memory palace, I can have my music collection in the corner. But it also stores me a bucket load of information as well. So create some song lines, change up your memory work. And if you can, send me a link in the comments to you singing along as well. Because I'm not the only one that should have to suffer in silence this way around. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you soon.